So, welcome to you, friends. In this video, we'll talk with you about what pyramiding is, how and why is it used in trading. First, we'll go over a few series. Let's talk about what pyramiding is, and then, using the EasyTradePad panels, we will consider the options for its application. Consider what types are in this panel, the use of pyramiding, how to increase or decrease the lot using pyramiding, in which case it is applied. We'll talk about all this in this lesson. So, what is pyramiding? Pyramiding with a trend is one of the strategies for building capital when trading on the stock exchange, the essence of which is a gradual opening of a series of transactions against the background of a favorable trend. This increases the trader's chances of achieving a stable income. The strategy is applied in any financial market, be it with futures, stocks, or forex. In other words, with a pyramidal scheme, you add a new position to the previous profitable one against the background of a favorable market and movement on your side. When a trader acts strategically correctly, then this will be one of the strategies used in which both risks and potential profits can be reaped. One of the main conditions for using the pyramiding is to make sure that the trend is stable. That is the most basic things we need to understand, that either the trend will continue, either understand that there are key points from which we can build. Firstly, our adding positions, and secondly, let's say, the moments of entering the market that will maximize your movement along with the trend. This is one of the such conditions, that's understanding the stability of the trend. Pros and the cons of pyramiding. The most obvious advantage is that having found a good entry point, you can multiply your profit from it by opening sellers' positions and accordingly increasing profits due to this. There is of course a minus in using this strategy. The danger is that at any moment the market may turn around. You need to carefully calculate your entry point. Look at the support and resistance levels when opening a position. Also, the difficulty is that when you have several positions, they are more difficult to control. And the biggest difficulty is getting into a favorable trend. These are the highlights. Let's now look at the pyramiding options using EasyTradePad. Let's move on to the terminal. Let's consider this method in practice, how it can be used with the help of automation using EasyTradePad panel. And so, we went to our terminal. Let's look at how to use pyramiding using the strategy tester. Let's choose, it doesn't really matter which two. Take the euro-dollar and run the visualization. Let's start. To enable pyramiding, there is a pyramiding tab on the EasyTradePad panel, respectively. By clicking on it, our deals will be added according to the trend. There is also a column of pyramids sets. Accordingly, you can set your pyramiding settings. For example, you want to open 5 deals according to your trend. They will be opened in proportion to your take profit size, that's proportionally dividing by this number of deals. 5 deals, taking into account your first opened one, will be added to that amount. There will be 4 deals. There is also a lot reduction setting. This is a reduction in the lot, so that we reduce each time the size of our lot from the original opened one, and there is also equal lot. That's all subsequent transactions will be equal to the originally opened one. I recommend choosing a reduction lot here. That's a reduction in the lot will be minimized our potential risks. Also, when pyramiding, we can set a stop loss in the form of a fixed stop loss, or we can set a total stop loss as a percentage. Since we have not analyzed these functions yet, we'll consider a fixed stop loss. There is also the ability to transfer trades to break even. This function can be combined with pyramiding. There are also settings. Let's stop the test for now. In the expert advisor for pyramiding itself, the lot reduction ratio, that's at the moment it costs 30%. This means that each subsequent transaction will decrease by 30%. These are the main points of pyramiding. And so we covered them. Let's turn on the test and see how it works in practice. Let's select 5 trades and lot reduction and press sell.
Давайте выберем вот 5 сделок и сокращение лотажности.
Our trade is closed. Let's set a stop loss of 400 points.
Давайте поставим.
The deal was closed, but we probably need to choose a lower time frame in order to clearly see what is happening in the position.
Нам надо, наверное, выбрать более младший таймфрейм для того, чтобы было наглядно видно, что происходит с позицией.
So here the discovery.
Так, вот произошло открытие.
The deal was triggered by stop loss. Let's try again. That's here is our take profit, and on the way to profit, if the price moves in our direction, then we will add positions.
И по ходу к take profit, если цена пойдет в нашу сторону, то у нас будут добавляться позиции.
We see that here is the first position, the second. I will leave the test and I will tell you a little, or rather slow it down. You can see that here we have a dash here. Here these dashes are used to ensure that if you open the several positions, and so that we can distinguish which order these positions are. Then here it shows us that all these positions, these lines refer to this order, to this take profit.
Эти все позиции, эти рисочки относятся к вот этому ордеру, вот к этому take profit.
And now there was a pyramid closure, respectively.
И вот произошло закрытие по пирамидингу.
We have there was a significant increase in capital.
У нас
At the same time, as you can see, the volume of our transactions decreased from the initially opened one. That's the at first we have 0.0 lots, then we opened 0.12 and 0.0 lots.
Потом 0.12 и 0.04 у нас открылись.
One more deal will open.
Давайте еще одну сделку откроем.
So we will assume that first, second, third, fourth,
Так. Будем считать, что первая,
fifth.
вторая,
We
третья,
have 5 deals.
четвертая, пятая. Вот увидите, что у нас 5 сделок.
At any time you can close, for example, only positive positions. See how this is done
Вы можете
using
закрыть,
this
например,
panel.
только плюсовые позиции.
Here we
Смотрите,
have at
как
the
это
moment
делается. С помощью этой же панели, то есть вот у нас на данный
is,
момент
as it were,
есть
good profits on the position.
как бы
Didn't have time to close a little earlier. Let's show
хорошая прибыль
you
по
another deal.
позиции. Ну, не успели чуть раньше.
Here are some
закрылась.
examples.
Давайте я покажу на другой сделке. К примеру, мы открыли позицию.
Here are some examples. We open that position.
Вот, к примеру, мы открыли позицию, и сделка
And the
пошла в
deal
нашу сторону.
post our side.
Но, ну, скажем так, вы хотите ее закрыть.
And let's say
И для того, чтобы
you
не
want to
закрывать
close all
каждую из
positions.
позиций,
And in order to not
вы
to
можете,
close each
например,
of the positions,
нажать плюс.
you can, for
во все
example,
плюсовые позиции здесь
press the
закрывать.
plus,
Вот.
and all positive positions will be
То
closed
есть также
here.
с помощью управления в
That's also using the
Change
control
Current Orders. Эти ордера можно
in change current
управлять.
orders. These
Давайте здесь
orders
еще
can be
рассмотрим
managed.
функцию
Let's also consider the function of
переноса
transfer to
без
break
убытка,
even
так как
here,
она работает вместе с пирамидингом.
since it works in
Для чего она
conjunction with
вообще
pyramiding.
Так,
Was it for it
давайте
all?
откроем какой-то ордер. Примерно на покупку.
Let's open an order, for example, buy.
Но мы видим здесь, что у нас, во-первых, сработал
We see
триггер
here that the trigger for our stop
стоп-лосс. У нас
loss
уже открылась первая
was
позиция,
triggered
при
first.
этом у нас стоп-лосс перенесся по
We
первой
have already
позиции
opened the
без
first
убытка.
position while our
Вот здесь
stop loss was
настроен,
moved to break even on the first position.
образом,
Here it's configured
что
in this way that we
мы
transfer
переносим без убыток, когда у нас
to break even
позиция
when we have
по
a
текущему
position,
ордеру уже
but the
прошла,
break-even trigger has already passed
триггер
on the
без
current
убытка, то есть это
order.
250 пунктов. Соответственно, когда по
That's
этому
it is
ордеру тоже будет
250
достигнуто
points.
250
Accordingly,
пунктов,
when
он уже
250
закроется,
points are also reached on this
стоп-лосс,
order,
точнее, перенесется в
it
уровень
will
без
already be
убытка.
closed.
И
The
поэтому,
stop
и
loss
по
will be
этому
more
ордеру.
accurately transferred to the break-even level, and therefore
Давайте
for this
смотреть.
order. Let's watch.
То есть по факту
That's in
у нас
fact,
сейчас
we now have,
как бы
as it
двойной
were,
объем,
double
но
the
только
volume,
риск
but
для
only
одной
the risk
сделки,
for
так
one
как мы
transaction,
по
since we
данной
have
сделке
already
уже
moved to break
перенесли
even for this
в
transaction.
без убыток.
Two deals were closed by the first stop loss. That's in fact, we just lost one deal. We also see on the chart that practically we do not have a big loss. Let's also try so the stop loss was transferred. We're looking. We see that we have both take profit and stop loss fixed here. That's under the trade that we have already had the chance to break even. That's according to the first order of the pyramid. We got a profit and the second one loss. In total we went out plus again. That's in this way. You can use a combination of the break-even level of orders and pyramiding orders. That's thereby you will have both risk control and, as it were, an increase in profit multiplexing. Of course, you can play with these settings, so try out your strategy in the strategy tester. Using this strategy, you can, of course, earn a lot from one deal. That's if someone finds a sniper entry point or has some insider information for a particular asset, then he can place, for example, orders from the entry point and, for example, hundreds of orders for movement within the price from point A to point B. And on all this attraction, open orders instantly. That's here you can use any of your desired number of orders. Therefore, try, apply. This allows you to instantly change the outcome of just one deal in terms of what to multiply profit. But there are risks as well. Consider it in the tester, test it. I think it will be interesting. See you in the next lesson.